Okay, let's begin. Today, this is for, I believe, um, August 23rd, which is a Monday. Okay, let's just jump right into it. The first one is it's a close exercise, and then the second one is a reading comprehension. So let me just read it, go through some explanations, and then and then you can do it on your own, okay, when you have time. All right. My father started to suffer from memory loss right after his marriage. All right. When you suffer from some kind of uh, illness, um, that's how you say this in Chinese, right? So you can read it. Okay. So my father started to suffer from memory loss right after his marriage. Or so my mother told us. Um, she said they were married on May 26th, while my dad's memory told him it was June 25th. This often something their anniversary celebration. So imagine you are, you think that your anniversary is May 26th, and then your wife or your husband thinks that your anniversary is June 25th. How would you celebrate that? You couldn't. So this often something their anniversary celebration. So this often probably, um, you know, made it impossible, right? Yes. So it kind of, made it difficult. Okay, right? Made it impossible or difficult, made it hard, right? This often made it hard to celebrate uh, the anniversary. Okay, so made it hard, made it impossible. Okay, there is a word in here that best fits in that space. Okay, right. Uh, for his rose bouquet or bouquet, but I just say bouquet. Uh, for his rose bouquet always came 1 month late. Okay, I'm going to change it now because look, if you give your wife or girlfriend flowers and you give it to her 1 month late, she would be very angry. So the anniversary celebration not only made it hard but made it impossible, right? Yeah, instead of, I mean, she would be livid. She would be totally upset. Okay, so this often made it impossible to celebrate uh, their anniversary celebration. The 意思 is it made it impossible. Okay, right? But the word is probably an adjective 形容词哈. Mom seldom asked dad to go shopping in the traditional market for her. Okay, she seldom did. Okay, so mom seldom asked dad to go shopping in the traditional market for her. But whenever dad something ongoing, she made sure that he brought a shopping list. So whenever dad wanted to go, okay, right? Yes. When he wanted to go, that's the word that you're looking for, right? Whenever he wanted to go, she made sure that he brought a shopping list. Okay? So dad certainly had the list something when he left for the market, but he would somehow forget it and then would find it again only after he returned home. So here for number 33, we want to say that dad certainly had the list with him, right, when he left for the market, but somehow he would forget it. Okay, so he certainly um, had it with him on his body, right, in his person, okay, with him, right? So he definitely brought it with him, but he would forget that you had it and then you didn't read it, right? So because he suffers from memory loss. So I need a word here that means that he had the list with him, okay, when he left the house, but he would forget it, okay, but only find it again after he returned home. Of course, the blank that he made were based on mainly on his memory of the list. Okay, so remember, he would bring the list with him, but then he would forget it that he had the list, and then when he got to the store, um, he would buy things based on memory and not on the list itself. So of here I said we need, of course, the blank that he made, the the things he bought, okay, the things he bought, the shopping that he made, right? Yes, the shopping that he made, okay, the 购物 that he made, okay, right? Yes, the 购物 that he made were based mainly on his memory, okay, right? So here there's a word in here that means to buy something, right? Right? Yes, things you buy, I should say, right? Unfortunately, the items were usually different from mom's, um, from what she wanted from mom's list, right? Is that the good? From mom's list, from mom's um, from mom's list, or from mom's what she wanted, okay, the things that she wanted, okay, from mom's things that she wanted, okay, something like that, okay, right? So again, we're just finding the we're just finding the we're just finding the the general 大致上的 meaning of the blanks, so to help us find the actual words, okay? So which word in here? There's a word in the choices that means the things that she wanted, the list of things that she wanted to buy. Okay? All right. My father's poor memory gave him certain advantages. Now, this word, again, see how I was talking about how they always recycle the words? This word was, you saw this word in other places, right? Okay. So my father's poor memory gave him certain advantages, though. For instance, he was blank with many secrets in my family and our community. All right? Because of his poor memory, he had the something of hearing everyone's private matters. So because he had a bad memory, everybody told him his secrets. Their secrets, excuse me, right? Because he wouldn't remember them, and they just wanted to tell him the secret. So but he wouldn't tell it to anybody else because he couldn't remember the secrets, right? So he was blank with many secrets. Okay, so when you tell somebody your secrets, you you know you你信任他 right? 可以保存好 your secrets, right? So he was 信任 right? He was 委托 with many secrets, right? Yes, that in the family or the community, okay? So which word here means 被信任, right? I should say 被信任, 对，被信任被信任 with many secrets. That's bad Chinese, I know, but we're just looking for that flavor, what that word, the meaning of the word that you need in that blank, and then to find the actual word, okay? Because of his poor memory, he had the blank of hearing everyone's private things. And matters means 事情啊，事情 right? Private 事情 right there. So he had the uh, opportunity, the 机会 okay, right? Yes. So he had the opportunity, or in Chinese, 机会 perhaps the 荣幸 of hearing everyone's private matters. Okay, so there's a word that means opportunity. Okay, perhaps even a 荣幸 right, of hearing people's private things, right? Yes, 荣幸. But if you say 荣幸, it's really a bit of a sort of a 讽刺的语调, right? Oh, I have the 荣幸 of hearing your secret. I have the privilege, the 荣幸 of hearing your secret. And why is it a 荣幸? Because you信任我 enough, right? So thank you for believing in me that I won't tell anybody. So it is a 荣幸 that you tell me your secret, like that. Okay. So he had the 荣幸 of hearing everyone's private matters. Okay. The reason was blank. The reason was, what was the reason for not for everybody telling your dad their secrets? The reason was clear, right? The reason is very 清楚, very clear, 很明显, right? The reason is 明显, 对不对? So, well, wow, Google is really outperforming itself today. It's picking up my speech very quickly, right? So the reason is 明显的, right? Dad would not remember any of the secrets, we thought. As for our neighbors, they liked to invite my father to dinner so that they could tell him stories about their children, parents, friends, and pets. They also believed the secrets in their families would never be what? Oh, this guy, he doesn't remember anything, so whatever we tell him, the secrets will never be shown, right? Never be discovered. Shown or discovered, right? Never be shown or discovered. Which word means shown or discovered in the choices. They were quite right, for my father cared blank about who did what to whom. So the father would go to these dinners, right? And then he would hear all these secrets about his neighbors. But did he care? No, right? He doesn't care. So he cared not much, right? Yes. So he doesn't care. He cared, not much. I don't want to give the answer, but the answer is obvious, right? All right. So, not that the answer is obvious, but the answer is clear. Okay. All right. So my father cared not much about who did what to whom, but there is one thing he would never forget: showing up for dinner on time. So he didn't care about the gossip and the rumors, right? All he cared about was, they want to tell me their gossip and rumors and their secrets, fine, but I get to eat a free dinner, right? Yes, so that's what he cared about. Okay, all right. So this is a small sort of a lighthearted story about, about a man who has a memory, who suffered from memory loss. Okay, all right. Okay, and later on we'll see if you have any intuitions about these words, and then we'll talk about them, and perhaps you can do the questions before class. I hope I give you enough time to do that. Let me just read the second one, and we won't talk about the questions. you will do them on your own. Okay. All right. So let me just read it. Angelfish. It's a kind of fish, right? Angelfish. Uh, Often found in the warm seas and coral reefs. Coral reefs. Coral reefs are among the most brightly colored fish in the ocean. Brilliant colors. So brightly colored, brilliant colors. So brilliant just means bright. Okay. All right. So bright, brilliant colors and stripes form amazing patterns on their bodies. These patterns actually help the fish to hide from danger among roots and plants. So they would hide next to the coral and then, you know, blend in with the colors, right? At night, right? Um, before we go on, these colors, patterns, and I'll show you, this is kind of cool. These patterns actually help the fish hide from danger, right? So patterns, colors and patterns that patterns and colors that help you hide from danger 叫做保护色，对不对？ Right? And in English, that's called camouflage. And I'll tell you, I'm going to try right now. I don't know how to spell camouflage. Right? I'll just give you an example of what I mean by 不要背, how you mean 不要背, all right? So I don't know how to spell camouflage. I really, really don't, because I have never 背说 camouflage, 保护色, right? The 军队穿那个衣服, right? Camouflage. I have no idea how to spell that. Okay, but I'm going to try it right now. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean by. Well, actually, I do know how to spell it, but I didn't 死背. I'm going to show you how I spell things, and I think it'll help you because it's faster and you don't have to waste a lot of time 死背 these 单词哈. So but the 前提是 I have to know how to say camouflage. So I know it's like this, ca, and then mouflage. Now, here's the thing. When I do remember how to do it, but I don't. But this is what I remember. I remember that after M, the camouflage, 这个 OU, the cam, that 这个音节哈 over here is 怪怪的. It's spelled differently. And then flage, right, is also 怪的 huh? So that's what I remember, right? So I'll just show you what I mean. This is a little bit of a 题外话 I just want to talk to you guys about it. Okay, because I think it's important. All right. So let me make a different color so we know what we're doing here. All right. So in other words, probably when I was a student long ago, I probably spelled camouflage like this. Camouflage. Which would spell camouflage. Okay. But then after I spelled it wrong, and I was shown by the teacher or the dictionary or whatever that I was wrong, then I went back and said camouflage. But then I said to myself, the A, I don't want to show Google. The A 是怪怪的 and the O is 怪怪的. 这两个音节 is not right. Okay? And then you just remember, oh, the A is OU and then the O here is A. So what I mean by that is you just spell the word the way you say it. And that's why being able to 说英文 is more important than being able to read English, right? Because if you can say it, then it can help you read, it can help you write, it helps you with everything, right? So the speaking is the 主力 that 推动 everything else. Okay, so being able to say English is the key to knowing English really, right? You can be a great reader, and some of you are, and that's great. Reading is a skill. Okay, some of you read actually faster than I do, right? Yes, I know I had a student long ago. She actually read better than I did. She would just like boom, like she just knock things out. Not even one mistake, and just like fluidly read the whole thing, right? So that's a skill. Reading is a skill, but you have to know how to speak. All right. So, um, so camouflage. That's how I spelled it probably when I was a student, but then it was wrong. Maybe the teacher circled it, and then I looked it up in the dictionary, and I told myself, tell yourself a story. 告诉自己一个故事。哦，那个 A 是怪的音节，and then the A is a strange 音节，right? Huh? So you just kind of, oh, that's strange, and then that's strange, right? 那个地方，and then you 注意哦，so it's a special， 它是怪字 is OU, and then it's A. That is much easier to remember, okay? Right? So that's a little bit of a 题外话, but I just wanted to show you guys that because it's important that you follow this process. There are too many English words to 死背. You can't do it, right? 你做不到的, you can't do it, okay? All right. So these patterns actually help the fish to hide from danger. They actually camouflage the fish among roots and plants. At night, when these fish become inactive, right? Inactive means, when they are sleeping, not active, right? And when you're not active, that means you're sleeping or dead. Their colors may become pale, okay? Pale means not bright, right? Not brilliant, right? Yeah, okay. Often, the young ones are differently colored than the adults. Some scientists believe that the color difference between the young and the old indicates their different social positions, okay? Right? In other words, the hierarchy, okay? A social position, okay? 社会的地位, right? Yes, we don't want to talk about that amongst the people, human society, because that's a little bit of because in human society we believe in equality, 平等, but in animals there is a social position. In other words, it's called a hierarchy. Another word that you don't want to 死背, right? Yes, I'm gonna say I know how to spell it, but I'm saying I probably spelled it wrong the first time. Yes, and so high, and then higher, and I remember high I and E 分开 higher like that, higher, yeah, and then archy, right, and then AR higher, and then R, and then key. It's not K, it's not C, it's CH. It's CH sounds like K. Okay, but that's how you remember the word. Okay, hierarchy. Right, good. So let me see. Right, so hierarchy means the 高低 of the 顺序 of in a society or in a group of animals or even amongst things, right? Yes. So I was just talking about English hierarchy, right? 那最高是什么？ Speech, speaking. In the English hierarchy, speaking 最重要。Okay? Yes? Right? And then it's reading and writing. Reading, and then writing. Okay? Again, this is 题外话, but I just want to tell you. Okay? Right? That's the hierarchy of English, right? Yes. Yeah. 最重要 to 第二重要 to 第三重要, and then hierarchy. Hierarchy is the 顺序 of importance or 顺序 of dominance, right? Of how powerful something is, right? Notice I didn't include any listening, because listening is really not an ability. Listening 不算哈. Listening is outside of the hierarchy because listening 是天然的, it's natural. You don't need to learn listening, right? If for example, you sit there and do nothing, like you just sit there and I just talk to you for 10 years, you will know what I'm saying, right? You don't have to do anything to learn it. Listening is a natural process. So it's not within, strictly speaking, it's not within the order of 能力 skills amongst in language. Okay, all right. So that's why there's no listening there. All right, but that's a 题外话 but I'm going off topic. All right. Anyway, back to angelfish. Another interesting fact about angelfish is that they have an occupation in the fish world. They have a job. Occupation just means profession or job. Oops. They have an occupation, a profession, a job in the fish world. Most of them act as cleaners for other fish and pick dead tissue from their bodies. So they'll go up to other fish and then they'll like eat this, whatever it is that's on the fish's bodies. This is not their food though. They don't eat that. Okay? Their diet consists mainly of sponge and algae. Okay? Right? Yes. Algae 这个地方念 G 哈 It's not algae, it's algae. So should I make it I don't know. Algae, maybe make it this color. Algae, okay? To indicate that it's a strange pronunciation. Okay. All right. One particular kind of angelfish, the black spot angelfish, has a special capability. Okay. Right? Capability, just 能力, ability. Okay. It just means ability. Has a special ability that allows it to change gender from female to male. Okay. So gender means, 性别, huh? Just remember it. 性别. All right. So the ability to change gender from female to male, but not the other way around. Obviously, this is a very famous, not famous, it's a very common biological evolutionary adaptation to help survival. Many animals can do this. Frogs can do this. Some frogs can, and other animals can too. I believe some lizards, 那个爬虫类 can do it too. Okay, so they have the ability to change gender, 性别 from female to male. However, the change is not made at random. It's not made at random. Okay, when something is at random, it is by chance. It is not by chance, by 几率 only. It is not by chance. It happens for a particular, specific reason. It happens for a specific, particular, 特别的 reason. 特殊的 哈 Alright, 特定的 excuse me. Right. 特定的 It happens for a 特定的 reason. Angelfish live in groups, and each group has one male fish, which is blue in color, and 4 female fish, which are yellow. So angelfish, this kind of angelfish, live in groups of 5 fish, 1 male and 4 females. Right? Yes? Right? And the male angelfish is blue, and the female angelfish is yellow, are yellow. Don't tell your girlfriend that you want to be an angelfish, and then therefore you should have 4 girlfriends. But anyway, they are, and the male angelfish is the strongest and largest member of the group. He is the one who protects and looks after the females. Okay, right? kind of like the lions, right? Okay. But when the male dies, let's say, it gets killed by a person or whatever, by a shark, whatever, right? Yes, I don't know if a shark eats angelfish, but let's say it does, right? When the male dies, the group needs a new security guard, right? A new male, right? A new guardian, a new 保护者, right? Yes, a new protector. Okay? This is when the largest female in the group begins to change in appearance. She begins to grow larger in size, and after a week, she starts changing color from yellow to blue. Slowly, her behavior, the way she acts toward the other fish also changes. She begins behaving like a male. 2 weeks later, black stripes appear on her body, indicating, showing the gender change is complete. She is now completely male. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing? Okay, I hope that never happens in in people. All right. Anyway, so lots of 题外话 asides, but I thought it was important to kind of remind you of that. Do not, instead of 死背 how to spell words, focus your brain power on how to say the words. All right, remember, speaking is the highest, the most important ability in the hierarchy of English or any语言的能力哈. Speaking is the top of the hierarchy. All right, thanks for watching. I went over time for a long time already, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in class.